everything up and going. I'm ready to rock here. Tomorrow, From the Void is going to actually record. I set everything up on Navalis's machine, so like he's gonna do the streaming, he's gonna do the recording, because last week for episode 1, fun fact, we weren't ready to go on Thursday. So like I'm at work at 9 a.m. and they're like, "Hey, how are we doing the show today?" And I'm like, remote into my home computer, build a layout, set everything up, start the stream on my home computer from my work computer. I'm just like, all right, so let's do this.
Our special guest for next week is really excited to be here. I don't want to give too much info for chat who may be listening to us.
Teasing the chat, just like, just a little up under the chin.
He's also inquired that he would love to eventually do his own kind of podcast type stuff, but I volunteered like I usually do. If he ever needed some help or information.
That's fine.
So
seems to be what I do anymore.
Yep.
You are an amazing facilitator. That's for sure.
It is my Mark Henry. It's what I do.
Hey,
what I do.
Anjin-san, what's up, dude?
Oh.
I just got to keep calling you See Me, because I will.
It is, yeah. It's easier to say. Change it to that, please.
I'll keep messing with your name because I want to call you everything except for Anjin-san. I do have a question though. Is Anjin-san based off that manga / new anime on Netflix? It's old manga, new anime. Is that what it's based off of?
Specific.
That's it's called Anjin-san.
Oh.
I mean, that's what.
Okay, well, I did not know that.
It's literally called Anjin-san.
Hey, that Man-at-Arms guy just cheered us. Woo!
Yeah. Enjoy your nickel. If I just want to make a point, I'll just do this in the show. If I want to make a comment, I'll just do this.
Matt's just gonna nickel and dime us to make points.
Yeah, I'll just do this. Here's my 2 cents.
Okay, I was just curious because Anjin-san. I think the anime or the manga does not have an N in it. It's just Anjin-san.
Off the book Shogun.
Real good read. So it is based off. Okay, it's based off a book.
Unfortunately, Zeroshio will never know because he doesn't read.
He
looks at the pictures and then figures out what's going on the page.
That's right. That's right.
Words.
That's how I learned all my tech stuff and
words, hard stuff. Words, talk.
I have a problem. I will read
only one.
Yeah, one of my problems. I will read a paragraph. I have a problem with reading retention. I'll read a paragraph and move on to the next paragraph, and then I can't remember what I read the previous paragraph. So it takes me months to read a book because I have to constantly reread what I've already read to ingrain it into my memory. I've always been that way. I'm best taught by just watching and duplicating stuff.
You should ride with him in the car. He's like, wait, which way did we just turn? Left or right? I need to back up and do it again.
I have to plan my entire route when I drive, or I won't. I can't just willy-nilly make turns and stuff, or I won't be able to find my way back or nothing. I don't need like a GPS or anything, but as long as I plan my route ahead of time, I can plan it back.
Had a friend broke down on the interstate last night and had to go take him some gas, and we hit a roundabout on the way there, and my wife's like, I don't understand. I'm like, yeah, I know, dear, roundabouts are confusing. It'll be okay. I'm driving.
The driving, I don't ever really have a problem with that much.
I prefer roundabouts.
I do too, but 90% of other people don't know how they work.
Exactly, that's the problem with them.
Do we still
then again, if you there's a literally roundabout of hell where there's 3 roundabouts in a row that are connected.
Jesus.
Like within like an hour of my house. And it's like I refuse to get off at that exit because it's like I go down like another 2 miles to the next exit because I refuse to go through that.
Yeah.
Hey, Avanti, did you get the image for the show?
For the deck list?
There it is. I see it now.
I mean, the
Okay,
one
never
that's
mind.
Yeah, it's
up
in
on
there.
the screen currently?
Okay. Do we have it in chat command?
No, that we do not.
Because I'm reading what's on your second side of your monitor, and I noticed that it still had OTK Paladin listed.
You are correct.
Yeah.
So
Every once in a while, I get one right.
command
Rarely.
list. Very rarely.
Are we going to do the breaking news alert sound? I'm just curious.
I don't have that.
No, like just
Oh yeah,
by yourselves.
You can. I will let you do that.
No, that's okay.
No,
Are we gonna
have
You
to.
brought it up.
pull?
I will let you.
Are we
do
gonna
that.
pull? Are you wanting to pull a Craig from Canada on this? Is that what you're trying to do?
Oh, absolutely. As much as I can steal from that show, I would love. We can. God, I love that show.
You have to capitalize the A. It's very important.
I'm just changing it.
Oh, come on.
That is literally the name of the deck in my collection, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I copy and pasted it, and it's the name of the deck in my collection now as well.
So is this the reason? See, I hadn't heard about him winning the car. Is this the reason why a certain somebody in our Hero Power Rangers Discord went on a hate tirade of Thijs? Is it just out of jealousy?
Is he in chat tonight too?
Yes, he is. That's why I'm asking.
No, I think he just doesn't like him.
Somebody just dropped a F Thijs in our Discord. I'm like, where'd that come from? And then I found out about the whole car thing. I just now put two and two together.
It's just an Aston Martin.
I would not take the car.
I wouldn't take the car either because I don't know about over there, but over here, you get so screwed if you ever win a car because you have to pay all the taxes and all the other crap on it immediately.
Well, also, Thijs doesn't even have a driver's license.
Well, yeah, there's that. He takes public transportation everywhere he goes.
He has a bike.
Yeah.
I know. I watch his stream fairly religiously. I'll tell you the one thing that shocked me more than anything else. Okay, so before we got a couple minutes. It is not uncommon for him to get up and go get tea. And while he gets tea, his mouse will still pick his bands. They say the chair plays, okay? So this is commonly known in his chat and all this stuff. He obviously has a mouse and a monitor over by where he makes his tea. It's an easy trick to pull, but he still does it, and he kind of does all. He was actually at Gamescom, and he's playing, and all of a sudden he gets stopped by somebody wanting to get a picture with him. He's like, "Okay, just one moment," and he gets up and you see him take the picture, and he starts the queue, and then he turns and he's talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah," and you hear him talking, and you see kind of like the back of his legs where he's talking to the person. And, we're all sitting there waiting for him to get back so he can pick his bands. Or we're like, is he going to rope out on his bands? All of a sudden his mouse moves and he picks his bands. At Gamescom. On the Gamescom floor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good friend of the show is rank 1 legend, by the way.
Oh?
Good friend of the show.
We had him on about 2 2 weeks ago.
I knew he was pushing awesome. Rank 1 legend. He
was,
ended up finishing up top 25.
Yeah, he finished the season top 25.
So that's,
it's also like day 3, but it's still.
He's already flashing his Golden Celebration card back, which I saw him live on Red Knight's stream. Beat Red Knight.
Nice.
Yeah, that was enjoyable to watch.
All right, you guys ready to do this show?
Oh, sure. There ain't much to talk about.
All right. Then we better get to it. Starting in... Oh, ruined it. Where's my intro?
Rip.
That's funny.
Rip intro.
You just totally botched your own joke.
I know.
You know how much joy I'm getting right in this moment?
Way too much. All right, starting in 3, 2. And welcome to Hero Power. This is episode 151, and I am your host, Avantes. And as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Zeroshio.
What is up, gang?
And Matt at Arms.
You may think you want me on the show, but you don't.
What?
So, we don't have any real emails or any iTunes reviews to talk about this week, but we have breaking news.
Breaking news.
Okay, Craig, there you go.
All
Thank
right. So, just announced.
Wait, before we get to this breaking news, I got a breaking news. Our friend of the show, who was on the show 2 weeks ago, Bloodyface, made top 25 legend
At the end of the last season.
at the end of last season, and on day 3 of this month, he is currently number 1 legend.
Rank 1
Congrats.
legend, Bloodyface.
Big shout out to Bloodyface. We can't wait to see you. We'll talk more about the fall championships here in the news.
All right, it is 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast, and 40 minutes ago, it has broke that Mike Morhaime, CEO, co-founder, president of Blizzard Entertainment, has stepped down. He will be succeeded in the role by current World of Warcraft executive producer J. Allen Brack. However, Mike will remain as a strategic advisor to the company. In a statement, he said, after many years of working with some of the industry's most talented people to create games and worlds for you to play in, I've decided it's time for someone else to lead Blizzard Entertainment. I will now serve as an advisor to the company I so love and admire. My duties as president of Blizzard will be assumed by my friend, colleague, trusted advisor, and longtime steward of World of Warcraft, J. Allen Brack. So this is huge. Mike Morhaime has been an anchor for that company, going all the way back to when it was founded in 93.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds
like that.
about right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been there since they were Silicon and Synapse,
Yes.
which is huge.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're basically Mike Morhaime was the face of BlizzCon. He's the guy that came out, made the keynote speech, and is the guy now. So with with everything going on Team 5, and now this is huge. This is a completely different Blizzard team than and maybe it's just the fact that everybody's getting old and it's about time for them to retire, maybe. I don't know. He's at a point in his career where he's done everything he wants to. So
we've seen this before when was Ghostcrawler, Greg Street, who is also one of the founding, key pieces of Blizzard. He stepped down as well to focus on his life. And what was that like?
No, you're talking about Metzen, Chris Metzen.
That's right,
Metzen.
Chris Metzen. That's right, not Greg Street. It's Chris Metzen. Chris Metzen stepped down, and now he still is considered as an advisor. So he's taking the same route that Morhaime is taking. So, I mean, this isn't unfounded. What the shocker is we are literally 4 weeks out of BlizzCon. 4 weeks from this Friday, BlizzCon starts. 4 weeks from this past Monday, the BlizzCon week starts because they start doing all the esports and pre-events. So it is absolutely mind-boggling that he would choose to leave at this time. Now, we have seen key members of Blizzard and also Team 5 leave the company at what seems to be integral periods of time. So I'm just curious to what's going to happen at BlizzCon and if we're going to hear any structural BlizzCon.
So J. Allen Brack actually states, one thing that won't change going forward is our deeply held commitments that are the core to who we are as a company. To gameplay first, to quality in everything we do, and to listening to and partnering with our community, Brack said. BlizzCon, the IRL representation of our connection with the community, is just a month away, and it's the time of year that all Blizzard employees look forward to the most. And as usual, we have a few surprises coming. So,
and we'll talk more about BlizzCon in the news section, because I do have some stuff to talk to about that.
Yeah. So, all right.
So, Diablo 4 confirmed then? Is that what that means?
Don't jump the gun yet. Don't jump the gun.
World of Warcraft 2 coming soon.
And I'm sure they had questions for Morheim, but from what I heard, he might have been late to his second dinner. I don't know. Just kidding.
Wait,
no,
what?
no.
Yeah.
No,
Do we know
no
if he's going to dinner and if he had dinner earlier?
Yeah, that's right. That has been a trend lately with Blizzard employees leaving. They show up at a second meal of the evening shortly after.
Yeah. So
no confirms that's happening. That is just a speculation that would be really funny if it happened.
All right.
I don't think it's going to happen.
In real world news, things that we can confirm, update 12.2 is live.
Fake news.
Yes.
So, if you guys have not downloaded it yet, go do it. So, what do we get with update 12.2? Well, we know that Hallow's End events will be beginning October the 17th and running through the 31st. With that, we're going to see the dual class arenas that we saw last year, which I think primarily everyone just loved. And everyone gets a free golden witch's cauldron. Okay.
Hey, 400 dust is 400 dust. It's pretty sweet.
Good on you for sticking to the theme.
Well, they did this. They did this with the ghoul from the Frozen Throne with the last thing they did. So I like that they're giving us golden cards because I've started collecting goldens, and also dust is dust.
Hey, it's better than a free fright promoter just before it rotates out.
Yeah. So
too soon.
we're also getting Sir Anoyo part of a 20-pack bundle, which the price is still to be determined. We'll find out soon.
Blizzard, take my money.
Yeah.
Take it.
They are. Don't worry. Also, the new player experience dropped. And so ranks 50 to 26 are now live for new players, new accounts. With this, as you're climbing, you have the chance to earn 22 free packs. Basically, it's 3 packs every 5 ranks. You'll get 2 classic and 2 packs of the recent 4 expansions once you hit rank 25. So total, it's like 14 classic packs and 2 of the last 4 expansions. Wild and casual, and this is important, listen very closely. Whiz-bang do not unlock until 25. Wild and casual at rank 25. Whiz-bang, you can craft him early, but you cannot play him until rank 25.
And it appears arena's locked behind that 25 thing too, because I remember because I have rolled a new account just to try this out, and I've unlocked all the classes. I've gotten one of them up to 10, and I can't do an arena. And I used to get a free arena ticket as soon as I get.
So about that, you now have to get all classes to rank 10 to level 10 before you can do arena.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think it's also Brawl unlocks when you get a total of 20 levels, if I'm not mistaken.
No, in one class gets up to 20.
One class.
One
to
class
20
gets to 20. Okay,
unlocks
that's right.
Brawl.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Now, also for people making a new account, remember if you do it here soon, you will still get the promotionary 6 packs of Boomsday as well as your Boomsday project legendary.
Yep.
So on top of the 22 free packs you can earn, you can also get those and still have the quests to do monster hunts and all the other quests that rotated this year. So there's lots of packs to be had. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm still at rank 50, which is the Rooster or Tiny Rooster or something.
The Brave Rooster.
Brave Rooster. That's what it is. Angry Chicken, Brave Rooster. I get it. It's funny. I'm enjoying it. I'm doing it to try it out. I do see a lot of skilled people down there, but most of them have limited card sets, except for those that drop like $100 on it. So
yeah, so go roll you a new account. I just opened Crystal Smith Kangor as my free legendary.
Yeah, I got Zarek.
So
yeah, and the fact that and actually, if you haven't opened up your EU or Asia account yet, if you do that, you get to start with the new player experience.
Oh, cool.
Plus, you also get all your Choose Your Champion packs that you've done in the past.
Oh,
wow.
But your TGT and Wild packs you won't be able to open them until you get to rank 25.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
gotcha.
Okay. So keep in mind, if you are doing this, you will start at rank 50, which means it's 125 stars to get to rank 25. But have fun with it. Build up your collection as you go. Do your quests, buy your packs, and by the time you hit rank 25, hopefully you can jump right in and have fun.
One quick question I have. I only had a limited time on this today. They said in the announcement you'd be able to opt out of it and go straight to 25. I didn't see that as an option at all.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. I'm not sure how you do that. I'm kind of curious.
I don't know.
They may not have implemented it yet. Maybe it's once you get your characters to a certain level, it'll ask you, "Are you sure?" But we haven't gotten there yet. So yeah. I will play it all the way to at least rank 25 so I can see the full experience.
Yeah. So also with this rank 50 to 26, we also got the welcome bundle back. So if you guys remember, the welcome bundle is $4.99, includes 10 packs of classic and one. It used to be a random classic legendary or a class legendary. Now it is a neutral dragon from classic set. So you guys picked this up yet?
I did. There is one thing to note, though, and this is reported a bit on Twitter, and I experienced it. If you have all the dragons, you will not get the pop-up saying you have a dragon. And a lot of people were saying they didn't get their dragon, which I thought was really weird that I didn't get the pop-up. So I went into my collection, and there it was. I had gotten Malagos. But because I already had him, it didn't pop it up. Gotcha. It just put it straight into my collection. And if I went to go dust my extras and it showed I had 400 dust to dust, I was like, wait a minute. No, I don't. So if you don't see it, check your collection. It's likely there. Okay. I personally, speculation, think this may be a teaser for a theme coming up for our next set. We'll talk about that a little more.
Okay.
Yeah, I picked it up, and I was actually missing Naznormu. So I got Naznormu.
That's
and in the dust. And for the dust in my 10 packs, I got enough to craft the beast, which actually got me my free 100 gold.
Awesome.
Nice. So I can now have a complete classic collection, which is kind of awesome.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
So on my free-to-play account, I also got Naznormu out of the welcome bundle. So
nice.
All right.
Good timing.
So we have some new quests coming with this. We have Spells Are Fun, which is cast 40 spells, get 60 gold. We have Draw, which is draw 20 cards, reward 50 gold. We have Full Northshire, which, reminder, you should never go Full Northshire.
Never.
Nope.
Unless you're doing this quest.
Exactly.
Which is draw 30 cards, reward 60 gold. And then we have Are We There Yeti? Take 20 turns, reward 50 gold. And Time Warp again. Take 30 turns. Reward 60 gold.
Somebody on the Team 5 team has a book of dad jokes, and they were just dying to use them. One thing to note here, these are a lot of the quests that the community said they liked from a previous promotion, where they had very simple to do quests that gave 100 gold and 100 dust, or they gave gold and dust. So it's nice that they're doing additional quests that don't require you to win, which will be good for those players in 50 to 26, as well as they're just easy to do quests, and they just it doesn't feel like you're grinding to do the quest.
Yeah.
So this is a positive change.
Yeah. We also have a new keyword, casts when drawn. So it works the same way as before, but if you play the card from your hand, you don't draw a card.
Yeah.
Important.
It's like, because like the old card text, actually, if you pulled it from like a Thought Steal, had draw a card on it, so you could cycle them out. Now you can't, which is actually probably what they intended, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wording was just weird, because if you played them from your hand, you didn't draw a card. The one thing from other podcasts and other communities I've noticed is people saying that it's confusing now because it doesn't tell you it draws a card on the card, but if you hover over it, the tooltip will explain to you that the keyword does say draw a card. Mm-hmm. So you will be able to see it on the card that draws a card. It's just embedded in the keyword.
Right.
So
go ahead.
All this does really is give them more space on the card text box to do more cool effects with this in the future.
Yeah.
Which tells me they're either going to use this more in the next set, or the card text box is being more utilized with some of the newer cards coming out, meaning more complex effects, which is a good thing to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fireside Brawl improvements. If you guys go to a Fireside Brawl, innkeepers now have the option to select a second Fireside Brawl from a list of curated brawls. So when you go, you can participate in Fireside Brawl A or Fireside Brawl B. It just gives the innkeeper more tools to make a better experience for players who go and participate at live events.
And this is something that you guys have been asking for a while, right?
Yes, this is something that has been in the works for a while, and really glad it's finally here. We've got some new card backs coming. There were some various bug fixes. You guys can check the patch notes if you want to know more about that. Also, if you are thinking about making a new account to participate in the new player experience, there is a really cool trick with if you have a Gmail account. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is at the end of your email address before @gmail.com, use plus and then something like Smurf. So I created a secondary account today, Avanti's plus Smurf @gmail.com, when I created my battle.net, and basically it sees it as a new address, but it sends all email correspondence to the primary address. It's called a child account, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah.
And so it's really great if you want to create a secondary account in Hearthstone or any other game that you play. So make sure you plus and then whatever, it could be anything, but I used plus Smurf, and because it was a Smurf account, and sure enough, logged me right in with a brand new battle.net address on the same email address I already have an account. So it was really easy. Matt at Arms,
I didn't know this. This is really cool.
Yeah, I didn't either. Matt at Arms, why don't you tell us about this interview Mike Donay did with Newsweek?
So earlier this week, Mike Donay, there's an interview with him in Newsweek, which actually is shocking to me because it's was a pretty huge news outlet at one point. He talked about the current state of the Hearthstone meta and where they're kind of at after the blog posts from a couple weeks ago. Basically, the big things that came out of this interview, and we'll have the link for it in the show notes, is that Druid has now. He actually said this, and I quote: "Druid has cards that can draw, give armor, deal damage, and summon waves of minions. Druid should be weak at single target removal of creatures, AoE removal, and right now it really isn't. They have some good cards that need ironed out. So this kind of is looking towards like maybe something with Naturalize, maybe something with Spreading Plague, maybe even Swipe gets touched. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities that, especially with Druid and with where that class is at in the meta, that could be touched. And I think we might be seeing some of this maybe after the fall championships, maybe before the new set, maybe with the new set. Who knows?
Wow, that's big.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the reason I think that's big is because we have fall championships coming up in the next couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Then 2 weeks after that's BlizzCon, and then within the next couple weeks after that is your Challenger Cup Championship Series. So that is not a very open window to make any major changes to the game.
Yeah. So talking about that schedule and knowing that there's not going to be a whole lot of time to make major changes, what do you feel about the state of the game as it is right now, Zeroshio?
I personally think the state of the game is the healthiest it's ever been. A lot of the complaints are there's so many decks, it's really difficult to plan a ladder climb. But I know there's polarizing matchups, but if there was polarizing matchups and there are only 3 or 4 viable decks in the meta, kind of like what we had a couple of years ago when Aggro Shaman was king, that's not healthy. But when we have polarizing matchups, but there are literally close to a dozen viable decks you can play on the ladder or in competitive Conquest or Last Hero Standing formats, that's a healthy meta to me. I do think Giggling Inventor is strong, but I don't think it needs nerf. I don't think any cards need nerf right now. I think if you watch a lot of your competitive players, they're figuring out ways around it. And that's what, in my vision, that's what Blizzard wants. They want you to have to think outside the box, use cards that maybe aren't normally used to work your way around the meta. And I think this meta promotes a skilled player and not so much what deck you chose to play. You can have, it's been proven that we have players playing what is considered a subpar deck getting to rank 1 legend because they're very skilled at the game. Everybody else jumps on that bandwagon, plays the deck, and I farm them on the ladder because they're not good at it. So to me, that means this is a skill-intensive meta, and I think it's healthy. Unfortunately, a lot of the players don't agree, and new games are coming out that are competing against Hearthstone, and we'll see some attrition. But like the big Gwent boom, I think that attrition will fall off again, and we'll have a bunch of people coming back to the game. We'll have a big major esports event for Hearthstone, and we'll get new players coming in, and we'll be healthy when the next set comes out, no problem.
Well, Donate's actually addressed Giggling Inventor in this interview, where he actually, and I quote him again, I don't think we expected Giggling Inventor to be quite this good. I don't think we would have shipped it if we knew it would be quite this good. They were looking at Giggling Inventor kind of being at the power level of Sludge Belcher, of something like that. And quite honestly, unless you're running an N'Zoth list in Wild, you have no reason to run Sludge Belcher anymore. It's Giggling Inventor now.
Well, the thing is I think Sludge Belcher was stronger during its time in what would be considered now a standard meta. Because how you counter Sludge Belcher was with silence, and it still left a 3/5 body. How you counter Giggling Inventor is with Mossy Horror, and it completely destroys it. It counters the entire 5 mana they spent. I don't think that's a comparison to me. I think that Sludge Belcher, in its current time when it was released, in that same block set, it was more powerful than Giggling Inventor is now.
Well, it's kind of like, when you see Zulus running Mossy Horror, which is anti-synergistic with the deck if you don't pull Keleseth. That's, then okay, it needs looked at. I agree. I think Giggling Inventor is actually what's keeping the format together and allowing slower decks to exist. So I don't really want to see it change that drastically.
I think
But-
if you make a Giggling Inventor, nerf it to the point it's unplayable, like they have a history of doing, the meta will get so crazy because Giggling Inventor isn't there to put it in check. Because yes, aggro decks are playing Giggling Inventor, but at the same time, those mid-range decks or control decks that are countering those aggro decks can also play Giggling Inventor, and it almost counters 1-for-1.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. So
you know, I like Giggling Inventor in the meta right now.
yeah. So Matt, what's your overview of the current state of the meta? We know your thoughts on giggling, but what about the rest of the meta?
4 days ago, I hated this meta. I absolutely hated this meta because I was at rank 1, 5 stars, and bounced all the way back down to 4 at the end of the last day of the season. So like I was in a mood. I was really like, okay, I quit. I'm done. I'm just gonna play stupid stuff in Wild for the rest of. And actually. That's what I'm doing, and the fact that I can get away with playing some really ridiculous stuff. Like if you check my Twitter, you can see this Warlock deck that I played on the Into the Wild League last night, and there's no reason that deck should work. But the fact that everybody's running Dirty Rat and Death Lord makes that deck work. So it's just a matter of figuring out what everybody's doing and countering it, and I'm actually having fun with that. The off-meta spotlight, which Blizzard posted today. I played the aggro shaman for a bit today, and I had a blast because it's completely different than anything I've played. I played the even hunter, which is also a blast because I can hit the hero power and do 2 damage every turn. It's great. So it's finding, and so to me, it's like anything that's kind of like left little skewed to meta, I'm having fun with. If I play a meta deck, I hate it. And I think that's I think that's where everybody kind of needs to find themselves. And yeah, we're in the last month before an announcement, and this is always the way it's been. Even I don't care what set it's been. If it's been on Goro, if it's been Witchwood, if it's been whatever, people hate the meta just before, like a month before the set. But with the blog post from last couple weeks ago, my feeling on the game has really kind of like I'm not sure where I'm at yet. And unless we get some features announced or something like that, I'm probably not going to pre-order.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm perfectly happy getting the 20, 30 packs I get with my gold and playing in Wild.
Okay.
Well,
That's
I
where
will
I'm
say
at.
for like the last 2 years at least, the 1st of October is always Doomsayer time where everybody says dead game. They're really going to have to do something crazy at BlizzCon to even make this game survive another year. And they do.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes it's just a good set. Sometimes it's a new feature that's coming out with that set. But it's always something different, and I'm excited to see what happens.
And we're going to find that out really soon because they announced the BlizzCon schedule.
All I want is a sealed mode. Just give me 90 cards. I'll make a deck out of it.
Yeah. So they gave us the BlizzCon schedule. So what you guys need to know, the important stuff as far as Hearthstone is concerned, is the Hearthstone What's Next panel will be Friday, November 2nd at 2:30 Pacific, 5:30 Eastern. Says, greetings, traveler. Gather at the inn as the Hearthstone team gives you a look at what's on the horizon. Then get a guided tour of the latest content directly from the developers.
Okay, I want to note on this real quick. This is verbiage they've not used in past announcements. It says, then get a guided tour. I think that's a teaser for what the set may be about. Maybe we're in a museum. Maybe we're in some kind of
You heard it here first. Reno's back.
Yeah, Reno's back. Maybe I think
Hearthstone
this is
VR
kind
confirmed.
of verbal teasing to make us go aha when they announce it. I think there's going to be some kind of
we're getting another Antonitis. You heard it here first.
There we go.
Maybe I don't know. So it'd be maybe My thought is maybe like a Halls of Champions where we get new hero cards that work differently. I do want to point out with the most recent patch, they added something that I just noticed right before we went on show. If you make a deck and hover over the deck name, it shows up your percent. How many 2 drops, 3 drops, that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
But it just above it now, it has the icon and description of what your hero power is. Why would they do that if maybe your starting hero power doesn't change?
Okay.
Think about hero
I'm
cards.
not logging in. I'm finding out.
Think about hero cards that start at the very beginning of your game, just like Baku does, or any of those, where maybe they shorten your deck by one or something like that, some kind of disadvantage, but you start as that hero instead of the normal hero power.
Yeah. So we'll find out more. We'll find out more at BlizzCon.
Zeroshio, I hate to break it to you, it's been there forever.
Has it? I don't ever remember seeing it.
No, it's been there forever.
Okay. So moving on. We've also got the Hearthstone Global Games, which we'll have group stage eliminations on Friday, November 2nd, semifinals and finals on Saturday, November 3rd. And then the Hearthstone Puzzling Dungeons and Bewitching Hunts. The Hearthstone team delves into the past and future of Hearthstone's solo adventures. Speculation, so let's talk about this for a second. Possible discussions of solo content for the next set. Zeroshio, what do you think?
Well, what's more important to me is they're actually doing a panel just dedicated to solo content. So that makes me think there may be a focus of that on this next set coming out. I had a great idea for, Halls of Champions and maybe stuff with classes, but now that I was told that I'm wrong on what I saw and it's always been there, which I must have just overlooked it, I'm going to go with my go-to, Pirates vs. Ninjas.
That was called Gadgetsoon.
Then I was right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Solo content's cool and all. I just, I'm kind of sick of solo content now. Like Monster Hunt and Dungeon Run were cool, but I finished them and I'm done with them. So
I still go back
puzzle
and play
mode
them. Cool. I love them.
Well, I'm kind of forced to, and actually I'm enjoying it when I'm playing it in the Smurf account. But yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, great solo content. I'm like, it's cool for like the first week it's there, and like the second week it's there, but like after that, it's like it becomes a burden.
Yeah, but that's why they release a new one every 4 months. I mean,
maybe I just need a break. But it's one of those things where, oh, there's my son. Anyway, it's one of those things where, yeah, it's cool, it's great, it's awesome stuff they do, and it's cool when you see it. But it's like, okay, can I have something for months 3 and 4, please? You're muted.
Moving along, we had a couple of events this weekend to talk about, including HCT Oslo, where our finalists were Zoohex and Just Saying. Now, Just Saying has just absolutely been on a roll the last few months.
Killed it.
And again, here he finishes second. This is like his third second place finish this year. And he was playing Mally Druid, Tempo Mage, Odd Rogue, and Zoolock against Zoohex, who ended up taking the victory at HCT Oslo, playing Togwaggle Druid, Quest Rogue, Even Warlock, and Odd Warrior. So, you guys make of those lineups what you will.
I will say this about Just Saying. Last year, he had a crawl just coming short of points leader to Muzzy, and he's made it a point to have that a focus. And he's been doing well all year, but recently he's been on a fire, and it might have something to do with Hunter Ace just recently was the first person to reach 3-star Masters. And I think this is just speculation. I think Just Saying is a perfectionist and wants to be the best player in the world. And he says, if Hunter Ace is killing it out there, getting 3-star Masters, I need to start getting my acting gear. And he's doing it. He's just killing the scene right now. And I can't wait to see what Just Saying does.
Yeah, he's gonna just continue. Somebody there was a thing on Twitter the other day that was asking who did you personally feel were the best players in the world, and I was, my top 3 right now. If somebody were to ask me to say, who do you think are the top 3 Hearthstone players in the world right now, my answer immediately is going to be Hunter Ace, Just Saying, and Muzzy. I think they are 3 of the best players in the world right now. So.
That's hard to argue with. That is and I'm prideful in that 2 of those names are out of the United States. It's amazing. And we'll talk a little bit more about Just Saying coming up in the championship here right after we talk about the China versus EU competition they have every year, where they bring the best of the EU players and the best of the Chinese players, and they compete for 1.5 million currency from China.
Chinese yuan.
Yeah, okay.
It's pronounced the yuan.
The yuan. Or the John.
Or they can opt to take, usually it's a vehicle of some form. I think Tiddler Celestial was the last person to qualify. I think you have to meet a certain record or something to get it. But this year it was the Aston Martin, which is estimated by articles as being right around $175,000 US. Now, that is if it's an 8-cylinder Aston Martin.
Because it matters if you have an Aston Martin.
A 12-cylinder
exactly.
A 12-cylinder Aston Martin retails right around $250,000.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure which version he got.
Well,
but,
the option, he actually had an option. He could take the car, or he could take 1.2 million in Chinese yuan, which is the equivalent of 175,000 in US dollars. So
I'll take the cash.
Yeah, I'm usually going to take the cash.
But I don't. Did we have confirmation? There was pictures of him on the car, but I don't know. Did he take the car?
I don't know.
I would imagine he took the money because one, it's Thijs. He lives in the Netherlands, and he, he lives in the Netherlands and can take a bus everywhere, and it's actually nice. And he also doesn't have a driver's license.
Yeah.
So you're saying reason one is
reason one.
The reason one is because he lives in the Netherlands and doesn't need a car, and reason two is one.
Yes, exactly. I knew that's where that was going. All right, anyway, moving on. Choose Your Champs for Fall Championship is now live. Well, actually, no, it's not. It starts next week on October the 11th.
No, it is live.
Oh, okay.
I did mine.
Choose Your Champs is live. The tournament starts
yes.
next week. Okay, So make sure you log into your account and pick your champ, because the further they go, the more free packs you win.
So if you are going to do this for the packs, you want packs. The smart choice in my mind has to be Just Saying.
I agree 100%.
The man is proving that he can win. He's on. A lot of times in the past, if a player won a big event, they didn't necessarily win the next one because people got their number or whatever. But we've shown where Saiyan has gone back to back and won a tournament and then competed in top 4 in the next tournament. The man can produce numbers. Now, my personal pick, I picked with my heart. I wanted to pick Language Hacker because he's my practice partner from last year, but I went with loyalty, and my pick went to Bloody Face. I hope I didn't doom you, brother. I hope I didn't doom you. And he's right now, he just came off a top 25 ladder finish for America's region in September, and on day 3, he's rank 1 legend. He has taken a huge focus on playing every day. I watch him stream regularly. He is more focused than I've ever seen him, and we've known him since, 2016?
Yep.
Where he competed in our local venue for the prelims in that year. And I followed him ever since then. The man's just on fire right now, and I think he can win this.
Yeah, I agree. And I just told you who I thought were the top 3 players in the world, but and I have mad love for Language Hacker and Bloody Face, but you can't count out Tyler. Tyler is a phenomenal player, and I think he could do really well. So,
Yep.
Go out.
I do want to touch real quick is the groups. Just Saiyan does have to compete against Akumaker
And
in the
Maker's
first
really
group
good.
stage. And he's very good. Even though I'm 2-0 against him on the ladder, Akumaker is an excellent player out of the Australia area. He's really good. Now, looking at at Bloody Face, his group is Group A: Dacrevius, Go Lion King, and Centilol. Now, Centilol is a tough cookie. He'll have some difficulty there, but in this group, I can't see that he can at least make it through the contenders bracket if he has to take a loss to Centilol. And then, of course, Language Hacker has a pretty decent group with Blood Trail and LP Trunks, as well as Hatul in that group. But LP Trunks and Blood Trail are just awesome. So just because of groups alone, I think Group A, Bloody Face, is going to be a good group for him, and he will come out of that group going into the next phase, into the top 8.
Yep,
so
I agree.
that's my logic for picking Bloody Face, aside from just loyalty.
Okay.
Yeah, I picked Just Saying, but I know hopefully we can get Versika to tweet something out so we can all pack, so the rest of us can pack with Versika here.
That's right.
Hashtag.
Versika. Yeah. All right.
Exactly.
So that brings us to this week's Tavern Brawl, which is a repeat. It is spiders everywhere. Spiders have overrun everything, including your deck. Whatever class you play, your deck will be teeming with web spinners. So this is a go out, get your pack, and call it a day brawl.
But mind you, while this is a repeat brawl, we do have seasonal brawls coming up over the next couple weeks, leading up to BlizzCon. So don't feel too bad. We'll have some pretty unique brawls coming in. Well, there'll be ones from last year, but it'll be fun. And then we have, of course, the big announcement at BlizzCon.
Yep. So, all right, that brings us to this week's deck. And speaking of Thijs, did we tell you guys Thijs won a car?
Won a car.
So this is one of the decks he brought to the EU versus China tournament. This is his Tempo Mage. So I'm going to run down the deck list, and then I'm going to turn it over to Matt at Arms to kind of talk about how the deck plays. So it's got 2 Arcane Missile, 2 Mana Worm, 2 Shooting Star, 2 Amani Berserker, 2 Arcanologist, 2 Frostbolt, 2 Primordial Glyph, 2 Sorcerer's Apprentice, 1 Arcane Intellect, 2 Cinderstorm, 1 Counterspell, 2 Explosive Runes, 2 Kirin Mage, 1 Stargazer Luna, 2 Cosmic Anomaly, 2 Fireballs, and 1 Aluneth. So, as you can see, like 3/4 of the deck is all 3 mana or less spells. In fact, you've only got 5 cards in the deck that cost more than 3. So,
okay, so I got to point out the pause in your fractions. That's the
it's
Tennessee education
4/5.
system.
I know.
That's the Tennessee education system at work right there.
So, all right, go ahead, Matt. Tell us about how to play this deck.
So this deck goes fast. It's very much a burn-centric early board presence into early chip damage into burn your face after turn 4. It runs really fast, and for mulligans for this deck, it's pretty much full mulligan for Mana Worm. And if you get Mana Worm, you can sculpt your hand around that. Usually with a Arcanologist into a the Kirin Mage, something like that. So basically, you are looking to curve out, control the board as much as you can, eventually give up the board state, and just go face smork with fireballs. Biggest cards in this deck, and I think is kind of this deck doesn't work without her, is Stargazer Luna. She is an amazing mid-game draw engine, and if you don't get Aluneth, she's your next best bet. Aluneth is a great card, but if you play it against aggro on turn 6 and do nothing else, you might just lose, or lose you probably will lose because you're not doing anything, you're not developing the board, you're not removing minions, you're not going face. But sometimes drawing 3 cards and after every turn after that is good enough. And sometimes they can just stall you out and you just kill yourself. So LNF is kind of like the big risk reward card. It's good, and I wouldn't run the deck without it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a powerful deck, and cards like Cosmic Anomaly just made this deck go. Especially even Shooting Star makes this deck go. It, helps protect your face.
I will say I've seen a lot of this deck over the last 2 days on the ladder. It can blow through Odd Warrior before you have a chance to properly get the armor you need. It's a good matchup if you know how to play against it, but it burns really, really fast. If you're playing against a deck, it's not uncommon to see a tempo Stargazer Luna, hoping you don't have the removal. If you do, you have to kill Stargazer Luna. Also, must kills are the Cosmic Anomaly. If you're playing a secret-based hunter, I'm seeing a lot of people tech in at least a 1-of snipe to try to snipe the Cosmic Anomalies, or if they're using secret plans, picking snipe off of it to put out for turn 3 or turn 4 to snipe those Stargazer Lunas or the Cosmic Anomalies. That can severely slow this deck down. Far be it of that, this deck is just got straight up burn. It is a lot of people call this a tempo mage, but this is about as close to a classic burn mage as it gets.
I love playing burn mage.
Yeah, and this deck, this is one of those decks that will always exist in the meta somehow, as long as Mana Worm and Sorcerer's Apprentice exist in the meta,
and Fireball.
Yeah. Fireball and Frostbolt. Quite honestly, those 4 are key cards are key to any tempo mage. Anything other than that is just pure gravy. So, yeah, this deck is phenomenal. It's always good. I personally, my favorite version of this deck was the secret version that was the Gadgetzan one with that era.
Yeah.
As I still play that in Wild, and dropping free 5/5s is just fun.
See,
so.
Flame Waker is one of my favorite cards.
Oh, forgot about Flame Waker Mage. Yeah, Flame Waker is actually has actually dropped out of Burn Mage in Wild just because it's too slow.
Yeah,
too slow. Yep.
And that's crazy to think.
Yeah. So so that's gonna pretty much wrap us this week. We're gonna go play this deck now for a couple of games and check it out. I do want to mention real quick. I've been seeing a lot of people in the Hearthstone community on Twitter recently talking about a lot of the things happening in Hearthstone right now and how they're kind of disenfranchised with the game at the moment. And if you are looking for, like Matt said, sometimes you just got to step away and take a break. But if you are looking for something, I highly recommend checking out Eternal. It is another digital CCG by Direwolf Digital, and if you are interested in checking it out...
Here's my question about Eternal.
I'm getting there.
Hold on. Here's my question about Eternal. I like watching Hero Power. What if I wanted to have like a podcast or show that I could watch that would help me with
I was
Eternal,
getting there without your need for a silly spin-off.
This is what I do.
But we have just launched, and by we I mean ECMMO has just launched a sister show to Hero Power called From the Void, hosted by Eternal streamers and tournament players Bassoon Buffoon and Navalus. In fact, I think if I read that right, Bassoon hit number 10 Masters rank this morning. So he was top 10 Masters this morning at one point. So he's really, really knowledgeable about the game. Navalus is a really strong strategic player.
And you might know Navalus from What the Deck on Twitter.
Correct.
One of the Hearthstone content creators.
Yeah.
He has kind of moved over to Eternal, and expect the same kind of quality of content from him there as you got when he was playing Hearthstone.
These guys are doing a great job. So if you want to check out Eternal and you are looking for something to listen to, please check out From the Void. It's at From the Voidcast on Twitter. And it should be available now on Podbean or iTunes or pretty much anywhere you get your podcasts. So we've done one episode. Episode 2 we'll record tomorrow, Thursday morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. I know it's a little early for those of you out there on the West Coast, but these guys are really good at what they do, and they are really passionate about Eternal. So feel free to check it out, or email me or message me directly if you have questions. I'll be more than happy to discuss it with you. So with all that said, if you are joining us on Twitch or YouTube, please stay tuned for the live play portion of our show. If you are listening via the audio podcast, we'd like to thank you for joining us. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast. You can find all of our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOGamers or on our website at HeroPowerHS.com. If you enjoy the show, you'd like to help support and improve it, you can do so by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/HeroPower. And we'll see you all again next week.
And don't forget to use your hero power.
This is my 1/1 token.
All right. So, Zeroshio, you're driving this week?
Nah,
You Man at Arms is.
Oh,
yeah, I took over. I figured we did the show fast enough. I can play 3 games of this.
awesome.
Real quick.
Let's knock it out then. Let me
All
know
right.
when you have a worthy opponent.
I'm spinning.
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 Oh, you're actually spinning.
Not really. No. Gourd Critic. Oh, well, just missed it.
All right. So let's see what we got.
You got his Warlock as Mechadraxis.
Okay, so
I got a Fireball, Cinderstorm, and a Cosmic Anomaly. None of these are Mana Worms,
right.
Yep.
so I'm going to pitch them all.
Okay.
Even there's no. If this could possibly be Zoo, there's no merit to keeping Cinderstorm.
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
Mana Worm's just better.
We got
now
two
we have
mana
two
worms.
mana worms.
I'll take it.
Snap the top deck one to give him a little tilt.
So this is probably Zoo since his hero power didn't change.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely. So if that's the case, I think Explosive Room's going to be huge.
And
If this is Zoo.
This early in the
Yeah.
season.
Oh, perfect draw. I was about to say we would love to get Arcane Missile. Do we Mana Worm Arcane Missile here and just pull the pressure?
I don't know. Why don't? I really.
I like it.
Okay.
We could Sorcerer's Apprentice Arcane
I was
Missile.
thinking Sorcerer's Apprentice Arcane Missile, but
That sets us up for Explosive Runes or
And
Mana
Mana
Worm
Worm
into
next-
Explosive
and Mana
Runes,
Worm next turn. Yeah.
I like it.
And it's a huge. We might bait out an early Soulfire.
Yeah, we just clear that off and go.
Perfect damage.
Yep.
I'll take it.
That was perfect.
No wasted damage. Well, hit the button.
Now, there is a new control-based zoo that's been popularized by Willie Dills from the Angry Chicken, and I've seen it a little bit on the ladder.
No Caliseth. Interesting.
And that may be what this is.
So I'm thinking just Mana Worm Explosive Rooms again.
I agree.
Yeah, I like it.
And then, I just bump in the 3/2, right? Or no?
I don't think you
I
do
think
anything.
we let him choose.
Yeah. I think
What's
we
he the most
pass.
scared of?
True. All right.
Because if he clears either the girl or the Sorcerer's Apprentice or the 3/2 Mana Worm, we can ping off the Homunculus next turn.
No, I hope I get a 1-mana spell so I can start drawing cards. Novice
that's true,
Engineer.
I agree.
Interesting.
Well, he's going to take 5.
Wow.
Pow.
So this isn't quite Willie Dills' list.
Sure, take more damage.
Is this Mechathune?
I don't know.
Ooh,
Oh.
We'll take it.
Yes. All day
All right,
long.
let's
Yes.
do 2 damage to the
Go
board
off.
and 1 to the face. Perfect. Beautiful.
Ask and it shall be given.
And the
What do we draw?
big
The
six-
Aloe Nest. a little bit off our curve.
It's all right. He's gonna have to spellstone that girl.
Yeah. I think that's what you're gonna. Nope, we see the giggling inventor.
Fine.
So
Actually,
give us Cinderstorm.
I think we just do. We just go over the top.
I don't hate that. We throw in a ping on what?
We draw a card first.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. I forgot we will draw a card, won't we? See what we get. Your Frostbolt, maybe the other Fireball. No, the Fireball will help. There's Cinderstorm. That's what we want. Give us Shooting Star.
We win.
Yep. Dang!
And that's how that deck works.
Straight fire! Oh my gosh, turn 5 win.
Yeah, that was good.
Turn 5 win without the coin.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
That is really unheard of to do it that quick without the coin.
We might be done by 8:30, guys.
my wife would be ecstatic, but
2-0 this bad boy.
Hey, welcome to chat, Versika. Glad you can make it.
Oh my god!
Oh, another Warlock. We'll take
Turn
it.
away, Versika. We're playing just straight up aggro.
Oh, look, a Mana Worm and a Frostbolt and an Arcane Missiles. I like all these cards. Ooh, and the Arcanologist. I like that even better.
Oh my goodness! And we got the coin.
I'm gonna hold on. I'm just gonna hold on to all those.
Yeah. So if this is Zoo, and he puts out any minion on turn 1, do we Mana Worm and
coin
Arcane Missiles? No. So we might need to go real fast because he's going to try to get Giants down early. At least
the first Giant Hill he can have is turn 4 because we have the coin.
Yeah.
By then we should be. And we won by turn 5 last time, so by then we should be okay.
So do we just plain Mana Worm here?
I like plain Mana Worm. See what we get.
He hovered over something like he could play it though.
Yeah, I like just Mana Worm. Next turn we can either start glyphing for burn or play the Arcanologist, play a little slower depending on what he plays.
Yeah. He keeps hovering over the same card.
Well, that card
has a giant.
That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th card?
Yes, he keeps hovering that same card.
Well, we'll hold on to the Frostbolt then for that.
That's what I was thinking. Do we just...
I think we just glyph.
Glyph? Yeah, I like glyph.
See what we can pull.
Maybe get a Frostbolt.
How about another glyph?
Glyph, yeah, let's just load it up. Endless glyphs. Flame Geyser, that'll be free.
That'll be free. The other... And unexpected results has always been bad for me. So Flame Strike will do nothing.
Flame Geyser, send the Flame Geyser to face. I would coin out Arcane Missile.
Yeah, why not?
Well, we already swung, didn't we? Yeah,
that's all right.
I was gonna say we could have done a lot of damage this turn.
Well, we already did a lot of damage.
Okay, yeah. Let's say we probably could have pulled out another 2, 4, 5 damage. Oh my gosh! Did he just straight pass to us?
He just passed, straight up passed.
He didn't even tap.
So
he can't play a giant on 4 now.
Yeah. So now we just
go off.
Yeah, we just go off here. Worm,
Mana Worm, Frostbolt, Flame Geyser. Go face. I almost guarantee you he has Hellfire.
That's fine.
But he'll Hellfire himself down to, oh my gosh, 5 health.
That's perfectly fine.
So many top decks he loses. Yeah.
There it is.
I told you it would be 2 games in, right. 5:30.
Yeah, I have a new deck I'm going to play on the ladder.
Want to do one more?
Sure.
Yeah.
This deck is fast.
This is sick.
This deck is fast.
Gosh. Now, we haven't read any true control yet, but still, that would have beaten even Odd Warriors.
Well, if you actually watch the Thijs game, the last game of the Thijs final, he was up against an odd hunter, and he was one, and the hunter player was 1 off lethal, and Thijs pulled it out.
This seems like a slow start, but do we just keep this? I mean,
No.
Creditor and Explosive Runes is so strong.
None of these are Mana Worm.
Okay.
Mana Worm is the best card in the deck.
Okay. I'd say nerf Mana Worm, but then I'll get Versika started.
No, Mana Worm needs nerfed, quite honestly.
I would agree.
All right. This hand actually kind of really sucks. I'm not even going to Arcane Missile.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, yeah.
This is better.
It gives us some kind of tempo. Because he is probably going to Wild Growth. Ooh, Explosive Runes.
There's only one counterspell in this deck. Just a heads up.
Only one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow, Kirin Tor.
Yeah, we're just going to drop
there.
that.
Yep.
And he has the coin and the counterspell. And I know we're kind of going fast with this deck, but if they have the coin, playing counterspell early before they use the coin, like now, is bad, in my opinion.
Well, it's bad, but against Druid, it's not bad because it keeps them from nourishing right now.
Yeah.
But any other matchup,
this
you
is
don't want
Malygos
to use the
Druid.
counterspell. Yeah, it's definitely Mally.
So I have to watch out for Spreading Plague.
And lots of armor.
Do I just AI here?
I like AI here. I mean, if I'm going to Arcanologist, I want to do it next turn where I can play the... Oh, well.
Of course, I drew all my secrets, so now that Arcanologist is...
Both of the secrets, that's kind of a... Yeah.
Is he going to draw?
Okay.
Oh, he's going to gain armor. Okay.
Yep. He knows the deal. He knows what's up. He knows there was a card one off of this deck. He might...
This is the matchup we really need Alaneth in.
Yes.
And actually things to do other than drop 2-3 girls that do nothing.
So I think we played
thinking,
the counterspell.
Yeah. Pudgy, settle down.
Your pup's name is Pudgy.
No, that's... Take him outside.
Okay.
That's helpful.
That wasn't a bad sequence. I think we want to put the other explosive runes out, though.
Yeah, put the explosive runes.
It.
Put the Berserker out.
Do we just get damage? Well, we can.
Yeah, do arcane missiles.
I think we do. It doesn't really help us too much against Spreading Plague.
Yeah, it's 1 mana, 3 damage.
Yeah.
Which is good. It'd be better if we had
the
spell
Cosmic
power.
Anomaly, yeah.
But it's a 1 mana Cinderstorm then. Tyrant. Naked Tyrant. Sweet. So we're out of secrets now.
Yep.
And
he just gave us cards.
Sweet. Cinderstorm.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
This Mana Worm's going to be sweet.
The Mana Worm, Cinderstorm. Cinderstorm?
Yeah, double Cinderstorm.
Yeah, that's 10 damage, 14 damage right here. Wow, that's a lot of damage.
The only thought was Frostbolt just to prevent him from using his hero power.
And we know he's down a He's down a naturalize and a swipe, and he only has 1 card in his hand right now.
Yeah, 2.
He might UI the Mana Worm. Yep.
It's fine. Yeah, 10 mana card to kill a 1-drop. That feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for something.
Do we need to preserve our minions?
These girls, I don't know how they feel. Let's glyph, see what we get.
Glyph first, yeah.
Do you want to AI or glyph again? Well, let's counter damage. I think
we glyph again.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to play anything into explosive runes again.
AI now.
Well, that or Flame Geyser. Flame Geyser is 2 damage.
It's 2 damage, but I think I have more damage. I have Fireball still on the deck.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, okay. Do it again.
Are we going to try to clear the... mirror?
I really don't... It sounds silly, but breath seems like a good idea. Actually, I'm mirror because the only thing he can really drop are big stuff.
Yeah. If that's what I was thinking. If he throws a big bomb, even if he plops down a floop, floop wouldn't turn into floop would turn into Arcane Tyrant.
Yeah,
that's damage.
It's still a 3/4 for us.
Yeah. Another neutralize.
Moonfire. So he's testing for counterspell.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Ferocious Howl's kind of okay for him.
If he's not going to clear
Spreading Plague doesn't.
And here comes the Spellstone? No, Naturalize.
That's all right. We can kind of go over the top still.
Yeah, at this point, we're probably going to go over the top, aren't we?
There's a Fireball. There's a Shooting Star. There's an Anomaly.
Cosmic Anomaly, yes. So Anomaly, Shooting Star. And then...
we just send everything we have to face.
Yep.
Everything we can throw to face, we can. We do.
Does he have any spot removal? Oh, he has Swipe.
He has a Swipe. He has
a Spellstone.
Some of them actually run Starfall.
Yeah. This would be a Starfall play. Could be a Starfall play.
Swipe's fine.
The Swipe. Okay.
As long as he doesn't heal for more than 2, we'll be happy.
Yeah,
do not get a Branching Paths. No Branching Paths.
Oh,
God dang it.
Branching Paths.
It's all right.
This is a good match. We're still doing really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to double armor here.
Yeah.
Frostbolt, I like it.
I think we just ham it.
I think we just ham it.
Do we still have a Fireball left, right?
Yep.
We have a Fireball. I do not have Deck Tracker running at the moment.
We have a Fireball. We have a Cosmic Anomaly. We have... well, that's our only burn left is Fireball.
Other than, yeah.
About out. Nourish for card draw.
I'm hoping he drops something stupid here.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm hoping on. He plays a minion. There's a Spellstone.
We got Fireball.
He's probably thinking, well, if it's explosive runes, then I'll just play something that soaks up to 6.
That's no good.
We just play it, though, right?
Yeah.
For him at this point, he has to deal with it. He needs Malfurion. That's what he needs.
Yeah, Malfurion, I think, would be GG at this point.
Yeah, he needs Malfurion.
That doesn't help us.
Doesn't help us.
Oh, wait.
Wait, he just fatigued.
He's fatiguing now. So we just get a 4/4.
We got a Tyrant. Hit him in the face. It puts him at 8. He'll take another damage. Is that lethal? So
1 off.
No, we're not. Fatigue.
It's lethal.
Yes. We got it.
What a game, gentlemen. What a game.
That was a good game. And we did it without Alaneth.
Man, I had a rank 5. I'm almost at the top of rank 4 again. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I may try to see if I can build this deck on my new account. How close I can get.
This deck is fun. This deck is a lot of fun. I mean, it's a lot. It's really fast. It's a super fast and fun deck.
It is.
All right, gang. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions or comments about the show, please email us at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button below on YouTube if you've not done so already, or give us a follow on Twitch to be alerted when we go live. And for more details about our Patreon or our patron-only Discord, check out patreon.com/heropower. And until next week, good gaming.
Send your fireballs to face.
That's right.